Q41. What about graduates of the National Defense College of the Philippines NDCP? A 41. NDCP graduates are often experts in national security and defense. They usually start at a higher rank, typically lieutenant colonel. This reflects their advanced knowledge and skills. Q42. What rank do advanced ROTC graduates receive? A 42. If you successfully complete the Advanced ROTC course, also known as POTC, you'll be commissioned to LT and assigned to a reserve unit or mobilization center in your province. It's a great way to start your military career. Q43. When can a citizen become a reservist? A 43. Once you've finished the necessary pre-commission or pre-enlistment training, you'll be officially appointed as an officer or enlisted personnel in the Reserve Force. You'll receive your rank, serial number, and unit assignment. Q44. What's the technical service, and where can they apply for commission? A 44. The technical service is a vital part of the AFP, made up of skilled professionals like doctors, nurses, lawyers, chaplains, and veterinarians. They provide essential support to the military. If you're in this field, you can apply for commission at AFRESCOM in Camp Aguinaldo, Quezon City. Q45. What rank is awarded to basic ROTC graduates? A 45. Basic ROTC graduates can earn ranks from private to sergeant or equivalent, depending on their performance. They're then assigned to a reserve unit in their province. Q46. What if ROTC graduates aren't incorporated into the Ready Reserve? A 46. If they're not immediately part of the Ready Reserve, they'll be assigned to the Standby Reserve. Q47. How can an ROTC graduate get their lost rank and serial number back? A 47. If you've lost your records, reach out to your former DMST Department of Military Science and Tactics and provide your transcript. They can help you get your information reinstated. Q48. Can someone who didn't do ROTC still become a reservist? A 48. Absolutely. You can voluntarily apply to join the Basic Citizen Military Training BCMT at a reserve unit near your home. This is a great option for those who didn't take ROTC but still want to serve. Q49. Is ROTC optional for college students? A 49. Yes. Under the National Service Training Program and STP, ROTC is now optional. It's up to you whether you choose ROTC, Civic Welfare Training Service CWTS, or Literacy Training Service LTS. Q50. Can CWTS or LTS graduates become AFP Reservists? A 50. Not directly through those programs. However, after completing CWTS or LTS, you could still volunteer for the BCMT and become a reservist that way. Q51. What incentives are available for advanced ROTC cadets? A 51. Advanced ROTC cadets who excel in their academics can get some help with tuition. If you're in the top 5% of your class, you may qualify for a 50% tuition subsidy for the duration of your advanced ROTC training. You can also apply for the Chief of Staff AFP Scholarship Grant, which covers even more expenses. Q52. Who can apply for the Chief of Staff AFP Scholarship Grant? A 52. To be eligible, you need to be an advanced ROTC student with a good academic record. This means a minimum of 15 units per semester and an average grade of B or higher, with no failing grades. There are limited slots available each year, so study hard and aim for excellence. Q53. What other benefits are there for being a reservist? A 53. There are quite a few perks. Professional development. You can take military education courses to enhance your skills and knowledge. Community involvement. Get involved in civic and public affairs activities alongside the AFP. Recognition. Receive awards and medals for your service and achievements. Identification. You'll get an official AFP ID card. Q54. How are reservists evaluated? A 54. Your performance is evaluated through regular assemblies and mobilization formations. This is where you can demonstrate your skills and commitment to the reserve force. Q55. What is compulsory training? A 55. Every year, reservists, especially those in the first category, are required to undergo training for a minimum of 30 days and a maximum of 60 days. Don't worry, though, your civilian employment is protected by law, so you'll return to your job after training. Q56. What about voluntary training? A 56. If you want to go beyond the minimum requirements, you can participate in voluntary training too. Improve your proficiency and advance your position within the reserve force. This is a great way to take charge of your development and reach your full potential as a reservist. Q57. What's non-resident instruction for reserve officers? A 57. This is a correspondence course for reserve officers who want to continue learning and growing even when they're not in active training. It's a flexible way to stay sharp and prepared for future responsibilities. So, as you can see, the AFP invests in its reservists, providing opportunities for growth, recognition, and continued learning. Your commitment to serving your country is valued and rewarded. Q58. What kinds of training are available for reservists and their units? A 58. There are many training opportunities throughout a reservist career. Pre-reservist training. This is your entry point. It could be through ROTC Basic, Advanced, or Probationary Officer Training Course. Basic Citizen Military Training BCMT. Basic Military Training if you're part of the CAFGU Active Auxiliary. Military Orientation Training for Affiliated Reserve Units. Individual Reservist Training. Once you're a reservist, you can continue learning and advancing through Active Duty Training at Master in National Security Administration MNSA Program. Officer Courses Basic, Advanced. Enlisted Personnel Courses Basic, Advanced. Specialization Training, for example, medical, cyber, etc. Reserve Unit Training. Your unit will also train together for specific missions, such as Reserve Readiness Organizational Training RROT, Disaster Response and Rescue Operations DRRO, Refresher Training, Pre-Mobilization Exercises. Q59. What's Active Duty Training ADT? A59. ADT is a voluntary training that lasts up to 60 days, depending on funding. It's designed to enhance your individual skills and knowledge. Think of it as a way to level up your military abilities. Q60. What about Active Duty Tour for Training ADTT? A 60. ADTT is a longer-term training program, up to 2 years, focused on developing leadership skills and professional expertise. It's for reservists who want to take their commitment to the next level. Q61. What's Military Orientation Training MO? A61. MO is the introductory training for members of affiliated reserve units. It gives civilian employees of these organizations the basic military knowledge and skills they need to support the AFP in their specialized roles. Q62. What's the status of reservists during training? A62. When you're on active duty for training, you're officially under military law and are entitled to allowances and benefits. It's like being temporarily a full-time soldier. Think of these training opportunities as building blocks. You start with basic skills, then gradually level up through more specialized training. The more you train, the more valuable you become to the reserve force and the country. Remember, every training session is an investment in your personal growth and in the security of our nation. Q63. Is there job security for reservists who go on military training? A 63. Absolutely. The law protects your employment. If you work for the government, a government-owned company, or a private company with at least 20 employees, you can't be fired or lose your seniority for going on military training. After your training, you're entitled to return to your job, or, if that's not possible, a comparable position with the same pay and benefits. Q64. How do reserve officers get promoted? A 64. Promotion in automatic. It's earned through a combination of factors. Time in grade TIG. You must have served a minimum number of years in your current rank. For example, you need 3 years as a second lieutenant before being eligible for promotion to first lieutenant. Completion of career courses. Each rank has specific courses you must complete to demonstrate your knowledge and leadership skills. Recommendation from your commander. Your performance and potential are also evaluated by your superiors. Q65. What is time in grade TIG? A 65. TIG is simply the minimum number of years you need to serve in a certain rank before you can be considered for promotion. It's a way to ensure officers have gained sufficient experience at each level. Q66. So, to sum it up, what are the complete requirements for promotion? A 66. To get promoted, you need to meet the minimum time in grade requirement, successfully complete the required career courses, receive a recommendation from your RESCOM commander. Q67. What are the career courses for promotion? A 67. The specific courses depend on your current rank and desired promotion. They are designed to prepare you for greater responsibility and leadership roles. Basic Officers Course, for those aiming to be a company commander or battalion staff. Advanced Officers Course, for those aiming to be a battalion commander or brigade staff. Command and General Staff Course, for those aiming to be a brigade commander or division staff. By fulfilling these requirements, you demonstrate your dedication to professional growth and your commitment to serving your country at a higher level. Excellent questions. Let's delve into the opportunities for advancement and the process of mobilization for reservists. Q68. How do enlisted personnel EP reservists get promoted? A 68. Similar to officers, there are specific requirements for EP reservists to move up the ranks. Be on the roster. You must be officially assigned to a reserve unit. Meet qualifications. Fulfill requirements for education, length of service, and time in grade. Complete training. Successfully finish your current grades training, which could be through annual training, weekend drills, ROTC, or other exercises. Occupy or be earmarked for a higher position. Essentially, show potential and ability to handle the responsibilities of the next rank. Be physically fit. Maintain your health and fitness for military service. Have a clean record. No pending cases or negative marks on your record. Remember, your major service commander will be the one to authorize promotions for enlisted personnel. Q69. Can a reservist switch to a different branch of service? A 69? Yes, you can request a change if you believe your skills would be better utilized in another branch. This could be moving from the Army Reserve to the Air Force Reserve, for example. Q70. What are the requirements to change branches? A 70. You'll need to submit a letter expressing your intent to change, a letter of acceptance from the unit you want to join, a letter of no objection from your current unit, your original appointment or enlistment order, a whole body photo in uniform. Q71. What is mobilization? A 71. Mobilization is when the reserve force is called into active duty to respond to national security threats. This could be during a war, natural disaster, or other emergency. Q72. What's a mobilization center? A 72. Each province has designated areas where reservists report for duty when mobilized. These centers are determined by the Secretary of National Defense in coordination with local officials. Q73. What's the difference between full, partial, and selective mobilization? A 73. Full mobilization This is when all ready and standby reserves are activated, usually in a major national crisis. Partial mobilization. Only specific ready reserve units are called up to address a specific threat. Selective mobilization. The President can order the activation of select ready reserve units in a particular area to deal with a local emergency. By understanding these concepts, you'll be better prepared to fulfill your duties as a reservist and contribute to the defense and security of our country. Great. Let's explore what happens when reservists are called up for active duty and the role of affiliate tenants. Q76. What happens to a reservist during mobilization? A 76. When called to active duty, you'll receive the same pay, allowances, medical care, and other benefits as regular AFP personnel. This means your service is recognized and compensated, just like a full-time soldier. Q77. What is demobilization? A 77. Demobilization is the process of returning reservists to inactive status after the threat or emergency has subsided. This is when you go back to your civilian life, but you remain a part of the reserve force, ready for future call-ups if needed. Q78. What are mobilization stocks? A 78. These are essential equipment and supplies stored and maintained for ready reserve units. They ensure that reservists can quickly deploy and be effective in their missions when called upon. Q79. When can a reservist or reserve unit be utilized? A 79. Reservists and reserve units are utilized in various situations. Calamities and disasters. They help with relief and rescue operations, like providing medical care or distributing supplies. Threats to peace and security. They support AFP operations, potentially providing security or maintaining order. Local emergencies. They may volunteer for civil or military duties, depending on the need. Grave peace and order situations. They may be called upon to assist in restoring peace and order. The specific ways reservists can be used are detailed in agreements between the Secretary of National Defense (SND) and the Department of the Interior and local government (DILG). Q80. What is an affiliated reserve unit? A80. These are private or government organizations that provide essential services, like water, electricity, transportation, or communications. They're organized into reserve units to ensure these services continue even during emergencies. Q81. Who approves the affiliation of these entities? A81. The President of the Philippines, based on the recommendation of the Secretary of National Defense, approves the affiliation of these units. Q82. What roles do reservists play in internal security operations (ISO)? A82. Reservists contribute to internal security in many ways. They can gather information in their communities, help during calamities, and take on various roles in nation building. Their local knowledge and connection to communities make them valuable assets to the AFP. Excellent. Let's delve into how the Reserve Force supports internal security, the concept of auxiliary service, and more. Q83. What are the objectives of the Reserve Force in supporting AFP internal security operations (ISO)? A83. The Reserve Force is a versatile asset for the AFP in maintaining internal security. Here's how. Intelligence. Reservists receive training to enhance their intelligence gathering skills and become valuable sources of information in their communities. Medical and dental support. Reservist medical and dental teams can be deployed to provide much-needed care in areas where access to health care is limited. Legal assistance. Reservist lawyers can assist AFP units with legal matters, ensuring operations are conducted within the bounds of the law. Public information. Reservists can help inform the public through media outreach or by organizing speakers' bureaus. Disaster response. They can be mobilized quickly to assist during calamities and disasters. Socioeconomic development. Reservists can contribute to community development projects, helping to improve the lives of their fellow Filipinos. Environmental protection. They can participate in activities that protect the environment, like tree planting and cleanup drives. ROTC program support. Reservists can mentor and train ROTC cadets, sharing their knowledge and experience. Q84. Are ready reserve units entitled to free combat clothing and individual equipment CCIE? I-84. Yes, when mobilized, members of ready reserve units receive free CCIE, ensuring they are equipped for their duties. Q85. What is auxiliary service? I-85. Auxiliary service is when reservists volunteer their skills and knowledge to help their communities, especially during emergencies or when there are threats to peace and order. There are two types. Civil Auxiliary Service CAS. This includes non-military activities like maintaining peace and order, disaster response, community development, and health services. Military Auxiliary Service MAS. This involves directly addressing local insurgency threats. Reservists in MAS units may be armed and are primarily used for the defense of their communities. Q86. Are there women in the Reserve Force? I-86. Absolutely. While there's no separate women's auxiliary corps, women are active members of the Reserve Force, serving in various roles alongside their male counterparts. Q87. What are the allowances and benefits for reservists on auxiliary service? I-87. While they don't receive a salary, reservists on auxiliary service are entitled to allowances and burial benefits. Those in military auxiliary service are subject to military law, while those in civil auxiliary service are not. Q88. How is an auxiliary unit activated? I-88. The activation of an auxiliary unit is done through orders from the Chief of Staff of the AFP, and these units are often attached to a regular AFP formation for coordination and support. Q89. How is an auxiliary unit deactivated? A89. Once the threat or emergency has passed, the Chief of Staff of the AFP orders the deactivation of the unit, and the reservists return to inactive status. The Reserve Force plays a crucial role in supporting the AFP and the nation, showcasing the spirit of bayani and volunteerism in times of need. Remember, as reservists, you have the power to make a difference. Q90. Are CAFGU active auxiliaries considered reservists? A90. Yes, CAAs are reservists on active duty. They play a vital role in protecting their communities, particularly in areas with security concerns. Q91. Can a reservist be called to active duty in the regular force? A91. Yes, if you meet the qualifications and there's a need for your skills, you can transition to active duty in the regular force. This is a great way to take your service to the next level. Q92. How often do reservists report for duty? A92. Since reserve service is voluntary, the frequency of reporting depends on your unit's training schedule and any call-ups for specific missions. It's typically less frequent than active duty. Q93. What benefits do reservists receive when on active duty? A93. While on active duty, reservists receive a daily subsistence allowance, free hospitalization in military hospitals, and in case of death, burial assistance with full military honors. Q94. How do reservists contribute to national security? A94. The Reserve Force is a critical part of our national defense strategy. Reservists can be mobilized to expand the regular force during times of war, invasion, or rebellion. Q95. What is the AFP National Reservist Week NRW? A95. NRW is a week-long celebration of the vital role reservists play in our country. It's mandated by presidential proclamations and culminates with AFP Reservist Day on September 1st. Q95. What is the AFP National Reservist Week NRW? A95. NRW is a week-long celebration of the vital role reservists play in our country. It's mandated by presidential proclamations and culminates with the AFP Reservist Day on September 1st. Q96. What activities happen during NRW? A 96. During NRW, there are various activities like medical and dental missions, blood donation drives, environmental initiatives, reservist conventions, public information campaigns, and even mobilization tests. Q97. What's the State Partnership Program SPP? A 97. The SPP is a unique program that links the Philippine Reserve Force with the National Guards of Hawaii and Guam. It's a chance for reservists to learn from and train with their American counterparts. Q98. What's the purpose of the SPP? A 98. The SPP aims to strengthen relationships, share knowledge, and promote cooperation between the participating forces. It emphasizes the importance of civilian control of the military and the role of professional reserve forces in a democracy. Q99. When did the SPP start? A 99. The SPP began in 1992 as part of a larger NATO initiative. The Hawaii-Guam-Philippines Partnership specifically started in 1997. Q100. Can AFP reservists participate in the SPP? A 100? Yes. AFP reservists are key participants in SPP activities, gaining valuable experience and building international connections. Q101. What activities are typically included in the SPP? A 101. The SPP offers a wide range of activities, including seminars on emergency response, disaster relief training, joint exercises, humanitarian projects, and more. It's a fantastic opportunity for professional development and cultural exchange. All right, future reservists, let's recap today's lesson. We've covered a lot of ground, from the laws that establish the reserve force to the different paths to becoming a reservist, the training opportunities, and the roles you can play in both peacetime and during emergencies. Remember, being a reservist isn't just about putting on a uniform. It's about answering a call to serve your community and your country. It's about being prepared to step up when needed, to use your skills and training to help others, and to be a guardian of our nation's security. As reservists, you become part of a proud tradition of Filipino men and women who have answered the call to defend our country throughout history. Think of the heroes who fought for our independence, the reservists who helped rebuild after disasters, and those who continue to serve today, protecting our communities and upholding our values. Your journey as a reservist is just beginning, and it's filled with opportunities for growth, leadership, and service. Embrace the challenge, learn from your experiences, and always remember the honor and responsibility that comes with wearing the uniform. The future of our nation rests in the hands of its citizens, and you, as future reservists, are an essential part of that future. Be proud of your commitment to service, continue to learn and grow, and always strive to be the best version of yourselves, both as individuals and as defenders of our beloved Philippines.